Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Europa Universalis 4, where we are continuing on with Aragon, and this is the Golden Century. We are in the process of doing stuff. I don't actually remember what on earth we were doing. I know that we were trying to get into Italy. We have taken and vassalized Tuscany, or Florence. The Ottomans are currently being beaten up by Poland, and I'd kind of like to jump in on that, although I think we probably have a truce. Ooh, we don't. Interesting. Taking down the Ottomans would be really nice, and in fact, if I can break their hold over the straits, then the Poles can just come flooding across into Turkey itself. And I'd be totally okay with that. Yes, interesting. And that would certainly be a good source of monies. We are debt-free, none of that left to go at all. Dracoran, thank you very much for giving that to the charity, I appreciate that. Surely you are in the process of reclaiming Condor. Stream says CK2. Did I not change that? Could have sworn I did. Refresh. Because I did change that. Or maybe I just say, okay, the settings did not take, so let me just hit that update again. Now it's correct. Sometimes when you update the settings for Twitch, it just doesn't update for whatever reason. And this apparently was one of those instances. Okay, so, we do want to go after the Pope at some point. Oh, yeah, I remember why I was getting frustrated, because we just converted to Protestantism, and then the Reformation, the Reformed Reformation, spawned in my country, in Huesca. Yeah, and there's not a lot I can do about that, except just keep on reconverting stuff as it converts things away, which is going to be super duper annoying. It also means that the Protestant Reformation is going to be a hell of a lot weaker than it usually is, because there's going to be no Reformed. Because I'm pretty sure that we're about to just stamp it out. When does the zeal go away again? 54. So we need to deal with it for another 11 years. Okay. Hey, unsure. Yeah, so I think we are going to go to war with the Ottomans. It's going to give me a pretty nice positive cash flow. The next institution, if I remember correctly... Oh, it's global trade. No, it's printing press. Oh, that might actually spawn in our country. Man, we're a lot earlier than I realised. I was already thinking, like, oh, we could start getting some manufactories so that we can get the construction stuff going. Nope. We have 2 institutions still to go before that. Printing press and then... Sorry, global trade and then... No, printing press, then global trade. Wow, we are super early. The other thing which is going on, of course, is we are building colonies over in the Caribbean. And we are going to need to be relatively aggressive with how exactly we do that. We have 2 colonists out working at the moment here. We're definitely going to want to try and get Guan if we can. That's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what we need for a colonial nation. But we need it to have 10 cities in order to get the merchant from that. So there's probably going to be some beef between us and Portugal at some point. We can also tech up in tech, but that's still a year away, so I think I'm going to let that sit for a moment, although we should probably spend a little bit of development. How are my estates looking? Pretty positive. And you would actually give me a bunch of technology. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to beef you up. I know this is slightly danger, but it does get us the development cost reduction. Also, we complete the guilds of Barcelona, apparently. Loyalty is above 60, influence is above 40. Gain 3 base production in Barcelona, and also local production in Barcelona for 25 years. Cool, I'll take that. And then the table of exchange, we need to have at least 3,000 ducats, which frankly is not impossible. And then the industrial districts, we are going to need 10 manufactories. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is spend some of these points. And I think we probably are going to be best off just massively investing in Valencia. I'm also going to put a couple of military points into Valencia so that we can increase the production even further. Because we can then go to the estate and go, hey, you know how you love me right now? Give me some more development, please. And the clergy, we can basically do the same thing. I pressed the wrong button. That was the wrong order. And also the military. Okay, glorious. And we'll still be able to afford the technologies next time. Oh goodness, poor Iberia. 2 heresies for Castile to deal with. Yeah, it's going to be challenging. Got a question. When you play as Castile, you probably have a... Sorry. When you play as Castile, you have a nobility problem. They have like 70% influence at the start of the game. Do you strip them of land at the start or later in the game? Depends when your armies are strong. Because at that kind of influence, they are very likely to fight you. So just make sure you station an army with full maintenance on top of the province, then start stripping their territory away. Or 70% isn't necessarily danger zone. You basically want to keep it 85 or lower, generally. Because that way you can suck up a bad event and still be okay. So like my Berkers right now is definitely danger zone. Crikey, I hadn't quite realised how high they were. But these two are just fine. You probably have a bunch of positive events. No, you just have the 2. Plus the city with dev, meritocratic recruitment, centres of trade, high trade income, and then 2 events, one of which finishes later this year, so you'll be fine. We just need to be really careful when it comes to Berker events in the future. Because you need to reorganise the land. Nobility holds Sevilla trade node and I want to give it to the Berkers. And yeah, just station some armies in Sevilla, strip the land away, they'll probably revolt, you kill them. That will tank their loyalty for a while, but loyalty recovers eventually. It all normalises. Just make sure you get any perks out of them before you do it, because that really will tank their loyalty. Seville's quite a big province. And that's also going to fix a lot of your influence, just that one place, probably. Okay, so yeah, I think we really ought to go after the Ottomans. They also have a coalition. Oh, are they fighting the coalition right now? Can I join? No. Oh, and the other thing we just did is conquered North Africa, which we will need to convert. Are we still doing overextension for that? No. And in fact, we are converting them right now. Okie dokie. Do we want to increase our missionary strength for a time in exchange for the morale modifier? I think we probably do. Let's get missionary strength. And I'm wondering if we want to get rid of the discipline too. Go for idea cost. Though we've only got one more idea to go, so I don't think that's necessarily going to be the most productive use of doing that. Okay, so I think that we need to work out where on earth my galleys are. You are ready for some fun. Let's send you over here. Then we can hopefully catch these ships like straight away and just sink them. Do I have a CV against the Ottomans? I should do. Conquest and humiliate. We do not, however, have trade. And I would like to win this through blockades. So we probably should start working on that. Let's sit in that province for now. Scappa has died. And we could also get the extra global trade power plus 5 more states, but I don't think that's particularly worth it right now. Although that would also give me my artillery fire and land morale. No, we're going to wait until we can tech everything up. That's way more important. Generals. So, I need to go back to my name lists. This is you for Ara. This can be Bacon Killer. I haven't had you in the game for a while. Although I must note that I've not been keeping tabs on who's been named in Stellaris. That's decent. 6, 7 points. We can get between 5 and 12. Actually, that's crap. Let's go for a different Bacon Killer. We have the points to spend. Um, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's only 1 point better. Come on, Bacon Killer! Better. That's 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, okay. And we'll start you drilling. And then we are going to get rid of you at the very least. Although you're actually better than that guy. So, well, I don't like keeping multiples. You know what? That's another thing I wanted to add. So I've been making a list of various things that I would like to see improved in this game, because in the EU4 dev diary that released today, they were saying, okay, this is our roadmap for the next couple of months for Europa Universalis. And the thing they're going to be working on the most in the first half of next year, 2019, is quality of life changes and bug fixing. So if you have any suggestions for quality of life, I would recommend getting those in soon. So probably January, because they're going on holiday like tomorrow. So this was going to be rename generals, admirals, rulers, heirs, consorts. So I'm just keeping a note of all the things that I would like to see changed, because that's definitely one of them. Because that way I can just roll a bunch of generals and just name them for the ones that I want to keep. New thinkers arise. Our generous policies allowing people to more freedom of speech have created a fertile breeding ground for promising new ideas. Some of the prominent new thinkers might have become great men who eventually leave our nation with a lasting legacy of intellectual growth. 50% cheaper Diplo guy. I like that idea. Do it. Especially as we do want to go to war soon. Also, oh no, it's February. I haven't actually unpaused for very long yet. Oh, the other commander that we need is a new admiral. Which we can also afford to do a few rerolls if we need to. So, Bacon Killer's had his time. This is going to be Fanro. That's awful. Let's go for another Fanro. What the hell? That is the absolute minimum. Come on, Fanro. You can do better than this. 4 points. No, but I think you can do better than this. 3 for 5 points. Still think you can do better. Come on, your maximum is 8. Last one. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think you're probably the best one. Although I do like to have some maneuver. No, I think this Fanro. Again, it would be nice if I could rename these so I didn't need to get rid of them all. Shock or maneuver for the... I'm going for shock. I think that galleys have a lot of shock early on. This is the wrong fleet. It's meant to be in this fleet. Is that the right one? Yes. And there we go. We should still have enough Diplo power to tech up later on. Right, you're ticked off. Good. Advancement to the nobility. The nobility gains 10 influence. It's events like this that you want to make sure you're insulated against. Because if we got one of those for the Burkers, we would have been in a bit of trouble. Except that has now disappeared, so all is well. Right, my other stack. You guys are already drilling. We have no rebel chance yet, so we should be okay. Can I upgrade forts yet, or is level 2 still the maximum? Level 2 is still the maximum. Bastions aren't for another 3 tech levels. Okie dokie. Can't wait for the HRE and the Catholic rework. HRE needs a breath of life. I would agree with that, definitely. And that will definitely spark some interest in playing as Austria at some point. Ah, tea, come here. Okay, we are all sorted. Let's do this. Who are you allied with again? You're allied with Portugal. How's my aggressive expansion? We don't have any. Am I still spying on... Oh, I'm spying on Castile. And you know what? Hey, Castile. About your whole having lots of maps and stuff, I'd really like to know more about the Caribbean Sea, please. Yay! Because this is a very important moment, because it means that I can actually get my armies over here to protect these two. How fast are they growing? Oh, wow, they're actually almost done. And we got Havana, which is going to be a centre of trade, so we can start pushing trade out of the Caribbean towards Sevilla. Am I going to Holland for the holidays? Nope, staying here in the UK. In fact, I'll probably be streaming over the Christmas, like I did last year, and the year before. Christmas streams are always a lot of fun. People are always in a fantastic mood, and it's always nice. Brabant will trade power to France. Okay. You are an OPM, so I can kind of see why. Please don't kill me, is what they're saying. How am I doing for force limit? I'm probably under. I am. How many galleys are the Ottomans on right now? 33. So I outgun them. And they have no heavies. I do. Yeah, we definitely outgun the Ottomans, and we'll probably end up stealing a few. So I don't necessarily need heavies. We could, or war galleys, we could get caravels. Or we could even start building a flagship. No, I think I'm going to continue investing money in my economy. Let's get those done. I'll watch you if you stream on Christmas, and how does France like me? France likes me because I've invested a lot of my diplomatic pressure to keep them friendly. Although actually I could do that again. Oh, I'm annexing Florence right now. That's good. Right, I would like to justify a trade conflict against you. Perfecto. Let's jump out there and then go, hey, Ottomans! Oh, I have to wait 20 days. Cusses. The Ottomans are not leaving. They don't see the danger. Right now my ships are just kind of ghosting their fleet, just going, we're coming for you. Oh yes. War score cost versus other religions, I think, sounds fantastic. Although the blockade impact on sieges could also be good. No, we're going to go the war score cost, because basically everyone's going to be a hostile religion to us. Trade conflict, blockade ports, not calling in my allies. Ba-bam! Oh, and it's January, so I should probably go up in tech. Which is also going to give me another point for naval morale. And we can now get Tercio. Which we should do. It's that button. You. Right, so, decision between Tercio and free shooters. Tercios are super defensive, while free shooters are rather more aggressive. We are definitely going for the Tercios. That is, after all, what Spain are famous for. Who's France's junior partner? Provence. And did you not get the Iberian wedding? I refused it. I wanted to keep Castile in the game, and I wanted a relatively strong Castile so they could do the colonial game, and I would have a legit rival to fight against. Unfortunately, they had a terrible game. And that's not because of me. Like, I've not had a single war against Castile or anything like that. Alright, naval battle. I have more morale, which does not surprise me. They've actually got additional engagement width. Oh, it's because their admiral is really good at engagement stuff. Which is unfortunate. No, it's not. Actually, we have exactly... No, we have 2 ships who are not going to be fighting, because you can only have 30 in the fight at the time versus their 29, so we outnumber them regardless. Their admiral is better. 4-2-3 versus my 1-2-1-1. But we're crunching them. We gained 2 more galleys. Excellent. And we sank 12. That was a rather good result. So let's go ahead and send in the ships for repairs. They are currently stuck over there. Their armies, I am willing to believe, will all be in Greece. So we could actually ship in our armies to go and have a bit of a Barney. You continue drilling, because that fort is going to block anything coming through. You, however, I think I am going to send over towards the Ottomans. Would you like to play a game? And my Council of Glogau, His Holiness the Pope has tasked a commission of cardinals with addressing the challenges posed by the Protestant movement. While the Catholic faith itself must not be compromised, His Holiness and most cardinals are willing to admit that some of the Protestant complaints are valid. Good for them. Let's go and start building a spy network on you again, so that we can get the faster sieges. You're there, you're protecting that, you're covering this. I was going to send in my trade ships, which is you, to go and start doing some blockading. Although, thanks to the Poles and the Lithuanians, there's probably not a huge amount of blockading we need to do. Send you down here. So we'll let you recover your manpower and morale, and then we'll probably use you to go and siege down some forts. Like that. Which is why I really do need to get a flagship with the faster embark-disembark. Did steal Granada from them. No, I didn't. I stole Granada from Granada. Castile were never at war with them. Castile never owned that territory. Thought you were going to send a diplomat to France. I was! Part of the problem is, who do I send? I need more diplomats. It's something I don't say very often, but in this instance it's true. Then you jump in there, you head over here. You land there. Then once they've landed, I'm going to stick my transports in Negroponte. And I'll probably... Where are my warships? Oh, you went all the way down here to repair. Deselect transports group. Right, so transports can go ahead and park in here. I'm not expecting any Ottomans to suddenly appear over on this side. It might happen, but it's unlikely. And let's go and slaughter their fleet once more. Ooh. I timed this poorly, because Naples is currently having a big fight. I would have liked to have supported that before these guys run away. Oh, I can still do that. Didn't capture anything. Off you go. And then you go and pick those guys up. Although we could just send you into the fort. You know what? I like this plan. We're also going to down to speed 3, because if they come to relieve the fort, then I want to be able to run away to Saki's and then port away. And they're just parked in Bolu. I don't think we got there in time. No. Okay. Oh, good grief, they're already on 20 war score. They're going to want to peace out really soon. Huh. Really? That's taking 8 light ships to blockade 1 port? How big are you? 16. Wow. We are blockading that. Although their navy could come out and attack me, so let's move the fleet down here. They might try to depart and join their fleet in Constantinople proper. Doesn't look like it, though. Then maybe we'll go for Constantinople next, although that's definitely going to be danger zone. Although... no, if they take both of these, then they can actually cross that strait. Okay, so the 2 workshops that we had established have been built. I think I'm going to get some more temples on the go. Oh, you know what I need? I need to get more shipyards for more naval force limit. Oh yeah, we have a lot to build. Okay. Noted. Sugla is done. So how about we head over to Ankara? In fact, let's go to Kuseli. Because if we can take that, then we can stop them crossing. And there we go. We sank all of their heavies. Sorry, all of their galleys. That's what I meant to say. England has announced France as their new rival. How is that new? How has that only just happened? Conversion successful. I would like for you to convert Alexandria as soon as possible, please. Oh, there's someone sieging that already. Let's go to Bolu and then probably Ankara. Colony is done. Excellent. So we can go and get Guane. We are going to expel the Catalan minority. We still can't do it from Valencia. I guess we'll do it from Castillo then. Or we could wait until we can expel the Sicilians and we'll actually get even more development. Maybe we'll do that. Where are you going? Tygon died. Tygon was the general down here, so we need to recruit some more. And we can afford to do so. So this is going to be call sign Slinky. Come on, be good. 8, 9, 10, 11. That's good. In fact, it's so good that I'd kind of like call sign Slinky to be in command of that army. Then Bacon can be over here and continue drilling. There we are. And I know I want to improve relations with the French more. But this is just more important because I want to see if I can just demand all the money and run. I mean, frankly, I can probably get a humiliation out of this. And that would be really, really good. Do I want to just start this? I don't really want to wait for the Diplo.